If you're curious about how businesses operate behind the scenes, how global trade connects the world, or if you're searching for a future-proof and dynamic career path, then this is the video you've been waiting for. Let's dive into 10 things you should know about a career in supply chain management and why it could be one of the smartest career decisions you make in this fast-evolving world. Supply chain management, SCM, isn't just about warehouses and trucks anymore. In 2025 and beyond, SCM is all about data-driven decision-making, strategic thinking, sustainability, and creating real global impact. Before we dive into the 10 key insights, let's take a quick moment to understand logistics, because it's the foundation on which the entire supply chain operates. Logistics is a key subset of SCM. It involves the planning, implementation, and control of the movement and storage of goods from the point of origin to the final customer. It ensures that the right product reaches the right place, at the right time, in the right condition, and at the right cost. So in short, logistics is the engine that keeps the supply chain running smoothly. Want to explore logistics in more detail? I've covered logistics management in detail in a separate video, complete with key roles and modern trends. You can find the video link in the description. Now let's explore the 10 key things about a career in supply chain management. First, a day in the life of a supply chain professional is never boring. Forget monotonous desk jobs. Every day in supply chain management is dynamic. You could be negotiating with suppliers, solving delivery issues, optimizing inventory, or adjusting forecasts due to unexpected market trends. This isn't unusual, it's typical. Unlike many careers where you might do similar tasks day after day, supply chain professionals are constantly shifting between strategic planning, crisis management, data analysis, and relationship building. For example, take Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, who built his reputation as Apple's supply chain mastermind before becoming CEO. He once said that his typical day involved everything from negotiating with suppliers in Asia to optimizing inventory levels to launching new products globally. The variety keeps you engaged, constantly learning, and never bored. Career tip: choose dynamic roles that keep your problem-solving muscles active. SCM is a fast-paced field where your decision-making impacts real-world outcomes in real time. If you're someone who thrives on variety, enjoys solving different types of problems, and gets energized by constantly changing priorities, SCM offers that in spades. No 2 days are ever the same, and that's exactly what makes this career so exciting for the right person. Second, the career goes way beyond the movement and storage of goods. Here's where most people get supply chain completely wrong. They think it's just about moving boxes from point A to point B or managing warehouses. Sure, trucks and warehouses are part of the game, but SCM is much bigger. It's a strategic function that touches almost every department: marketing, finance, sustainability, even customer experience. It's about strategy, procurement, planning, coordination, and value creation. Today's supply chain professionals are involved in strategic business planning and competitive positioning, technology implementation and digital transformation, risk management and business continuity planning, sustainability and environmental impact reduction, innovation and new product development, financial analysis and cost optimization. So SCM is about making businesses run smarter, leaner, faster, and serve customers better. Let me give you a perfect example. Amazon's supply chain strategy. Jeff Bezos didn't just create a better shipping company. He revolutionized how we think about customer expectations, inventory positioning, and technology integration. Amazon's supply chain professionals don't just move products. They predict what you'll want before you know you want it, position inventory within miles of your home, and create algorithms that optimize everything from warehouse robotics to delivery routes. Career tip: look for careers that integrate cross-functional skills. SCM gives you exposure to nearly every area of business. You're not just moving goods, you're architecting how businesses compete and deliver value to customers. This strategic elevation is why supply chain executives increasingly move into CEO roles across industries. Third, SCM is highly data-driven. Numbers rule the supply chain world. Decisions are based on real-time data, not guesses. Modern supply chain professionals work with demand forecasting algorithms, inventory optimization models, supplier performance analytics, transportation optimization systems, risk assessment tools, cost analysis, and financial modeling. For example, Walmart uses advanced analytics to monitor product flow across thousands of stores. It helps them maintain low prices by cutting waste and improving replenishment cycles. Or consider how UPS uses data in their Orion system, on-road integrated optimization and navigation. This system analyzes 200,000 address changes daily and optimizes delivery routes for 55,000 drivers. The result? They save 100 million miles of driving and 10 million gallons of fuel annually. Career tip: tools like Power BI, ERP systems, SAP, Oracle, Tableau, and Excel are must-haves in your toolkit. These tools transform raw data into decisions that save millions. Fourth, SCM demands people skills. You might think it's all about systems and technology, but the reality is that relationships make or break supply chains. You'll interact with suppliers, logistics partners, engineers, internal teams, and even customers. Being able to negotiate, collaborate, and communicate clearly is just as important as technical know-how. Success in SCM equals systems plus soft skill. For example, a procurement manager might save millions by negotiating smarter contracts, while a planner might avoid a stockout crisis by simply communicating changes early to a distributor. Unilever's supply chain team works closely with marketing and sales when launching a new product. Without smooth communication and collaboration, even the best product can fail to reach the shelves. Career tip: soft skills like empathy, leadership, and adaptability are game changers here. Practice emotional intelligence, negotiation, and storytelling, skills that AI can't replace. If you're watching and finding these things about a career in supply chain management helpful so far, make sure to like the video, hype it up, share it with others who might benefit, and subscribe for more breakdowns on business, tech, and career advice. So, fifth, broaden your knowledge base to stay relevant. Supply chain management isn't static. New technologies and trends are reshaping the industry. SCM connects with finance, operations, marketing, compliance, technology, and even HR. To grow, you'll need to understand how your work affects and is affected by other business functions. From blockchain for traceability to IoT-enabled warehouses to sustainable sourcing, staying updated is vital. For example, at Nike, supply chain experts helped the company shift to a direct-to-consumer model during the pandemic. It required understanding digital marketing, customer service, and new tech integrations, far beyond traditional logistics. Career tip: recommended certifications like CSCP, Certified Supply Chain Professional, Disney CPIM, Production and Inventory Management, Six Sigma, Green, Black Belt, or SCM Pro, PMP, Project Management. Attend webinars and read case studies. The more you know, the more valuable you become. Sixth, SCM professionals also manage people. As you climb the ladder, your role expands beyond processes. You'll lead cross-functional teams, manage vendor relationships, and guide internal staff. Managing people in high-pressure situations is part of the job. You'll need leadership skills like delegation, coaching, conflict resolution, and team motivation. It's not just about managing things, it's about managing people and performance. For example, at companies like Procter & Gamble, supply chain roles are considered excellent training grounds for future executives because they require you to develop such a broad skill set and manage diverse teams. Career tip: people management is a must if you're aiming for senior roles. Work on your leadership and project management skills early. They'll set you apart as you move up the ladder. Seventh, SCM can be pressure-packed when you're the one ensuring products get where they need to go. On time, every time, the pressure is real. Deadlines, shortages, sudden disruptions, these are common. When a shipment is late or a supplier fails, supply chain professionals are often the first responders. The stakes are high. A single error can cost companies millions, cause customer outrage, or shut down factories. You need to stay calm under pressure, make quick decisions, and adapt fast. For example, in 2021, the Suez Canal blockage, Ever Given container ship got stuck, halted 12% of global trade. Supply chain managers worldwide scrambled to reroute shipments, update customers, and manage chaos. It was one of the most intense weeks in supply chain history. Career tip: stress management and agility are key soft skills. Pressure isn't bad. It builds resilience and quick decision-making. Eighth, networking should be a priority. In SCM, who you know is just as important as what you know. Building relationships with vendors, suppliers, alumni in the field, industry experts, logistics partners can fast-track your growth, open up opportunities, and navigate challenges. For example, many professionals land global roles simply through LinkedIn networking, attending supply chain summits, or participating in online forums like SCM Talent Group and Apex communities. During the early days of COVID-19, when personal protective equipment was desperately needed, supply chain professionals with strong networks were able to source masks, gloves, and sanitizer for their organizations, while others struggled. It wasn't just about having supplier contacts. It was about having relationships with people who trusted you and were willing to prioritize your needs. Career tip: start building your LinkedIn network. Join associations like Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals, CSCMP, ISM, Institute for Supply Management. Attend virtual conferences. Your network is your net worth. Ninth, a great supply chain can be environmentally friendly. Sustainability is not a trend, it's a requirement. Companies are investing in sustainable practices like electric fleets, recyclable packaging, and carbon footprint tracking. For example, IKEA is transitioning to a climate-positive supply chain by 2030. That means using electric vehicles for transport, sourcing wood from sustainable forests, designing reusable packaging. Supply chain professionals are key players in this transformation. Career tip: if you care about sustainability, SCM is a space where you can make a real impact. As a supply chain professional, you might design transportation networks that reduce carbon emissions by millions of tons. Implement circular economy practices that eliminate billions of pounds of waste. Optimize packaging to reduce materials and improve recyclability. Create closed-loop systems that turn waste into valuable inputs. This isn't just good for the planet, it's increasingly good for business, as consumers and investors prioritize sustainable companies. 10th, there are a variety of career opportunities in SCM. SCM is one of the most in-demand fields worldwide. From e-commerce to healthcare, every industry needs supply chain professionals. With globalization, companies need experts who can manage global suppliers, international logistics, customs regulations, and risk mitigation. This field is huge. You don't need to be an engineer or logistics expert to enter. You could be demand planning and analytics, like the professionals at Netflix who predict viewing patterns to optimize content licensing and production investments. Procurement and sourcing, like the global procurement director at Apple, who manages relationships with hundreds of suppliers and negotiates billion-dollar contracts that directly impact product costs and availability. Logistics and transportation, such as the VP of Logistics at Amazon, who oversees the delivery network that gets packages to your door in one day. Technology and innovation, such as working for companies like SAP or Oracle, developing the software systems that power modern supply chains. Sustainability and social responsibility, like the professionals at Unilever who are transforming supply chains to be more environmentally and socially sustainable. Whether you're into numbers, negotiation, or process improvement, there's a role for you in SCM. For example, you might start as a procurement analyst at Nestle, move to global planning at PepsiCo, and eventually lead the entire SCM strategy at a Fortune 500. Career tip: don't lock yourself into one niche. Explore and pivot when needed. The field is big enough to grow with you. Entry-level positions typically start between $50,000 to $70,000. Mid-level professionals earn $80,000 to $120,000, and senior roles often reach $150,000 to $250,000 or more, especially when you move into executive positions. So there you have it, 10 things you absolutely need to know about a career in supply chain management. From keeping shelves stocked to delivering essentials in a crisis, supply chain professionals keep the world running. And as industries evolve, so does this career, with more innovation, more global opportunities, and more impact than ever before. For a more in-depth exploration of this topic, please visit thinkaduka.com, where you will find detailed guides and resources. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hype it up. It helps the channel grow so I can bring you even more valuable career advice. Thank you for watching, and remember, your career is your supply chain to success. And check out our next video on supply chain management. Click here to watch it next.